Yeah, he's a bit of a beast now.
That is huge. A 900 health bonus. I remember the first time I was getting used to this game, and I saw that I was like, 900, 900, like bonus. Like, I'm just not like in StarCraft and stuff. You don't see bonuses that just like double people's hit points.
Yeah, normally see yeah, very small numbers, but yeah, in a game of individuals, I guess 900 is okay.
That's pretty sweet.
That's pretty expensive too, though, you know. But there goes his shoot and knob. It finally died.
Oh.
So, oh yeah, you're gonna see a really good move coming up right away. I'm going to tier 3. I want the D cannon for sure, because that's like anti-orc to the max. But you're gonna see what was it? Oh yeah, looted tank's coming out, and I have a little bit of trouble with it. But you're gonna see a little nifty move with the Warlock. I use the Cloak of Shadows for more than just personal gain with the Warlock. It's a team play item for sure.
Nice.
But again, you just get that Shuriken set up behind the Wraith Guard, send them forward, and like, because they don't take any damage from shooty units, they only take damage from melee. So he's gonna pop his frenzy, and he's gonna kill my Shuriken platform here. I did a bad job here. I needed to warp throw really. Oh no, he didn't kill it this time. But you know, here comes the warp throw probably. Yeah, I'm gonna warp throw that.
Probably warp throw in. Get
Come on, do it. Yeah, here we go. And again.
And then a good opportunity just to focus them as soon as they land.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah, you just press stop once, and then they turn around and start shooting.
Nice.
So, yeah. And the Banshees are busy just doing their thing, taking no damage from range, and yeah, and then he's obviously building the tank because he really needs to find a counter to my Wraith Lords, or Wraith Lord at this point. But yeah, here comes the tank. He's gonna shoot. Yada yada yada.
So you see the looted tank on the field, and you choose the D cannon. D cannon over Bright Lance. Any thought there?
Oh yeah, any day of the week. D cannon doesn't miss vehicles.
Nice.
Yeah, and so you can see I've got my Wraith Guard infiltrated, so he might have momentarily forgot about them. At the same time, they took way less damage from that thing shooting at him. So, because I mean, they get super weak when they lose the Warlock leader. So I mean, he forgets about them here. Here they go. I use my speed global to get him in range, and that'll be that for the tank. Oh, come on, use the speed global already.
Almost.
Yeah, it happens soon.
There we go. Now I can see them sprinting around here.
Yeah, I got the speed glove, and like, you know, look at that Wraith Lord. He's standing toe to toe with a beefed up Warboss, and the Warboss got to run. And yeah, so he's got the shot. But here comes an attack round, and that tank's done.
Boom! Yep. Oh man.
Yeah.
So attack round. I mean, you just try to attack round whenever you have an attack that counts, basically.
Well, I got a lot of experience with the Weird Boy attack rounds. So, I mean, it's second nature now, and you just got to get used to the timing. Wraithguard have a pretty long wind-up, actually, so you put it basically a full length of the vehicle behind it, and by the time he gets into it, he's toast.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whenever I see, especially just in kind of average level games, you always see the Weird Boy just kind of, he shot where they were and not where they were going to.
Yeah, I know a lot of people miss, but I mean that's the difference.
Yep.
Is really knowing how to attack round properly. So. Yeah, and you can see the central presence. Now that I got these platforms set up, this is really a death zone. Like, the Wraith Guard move forward, kill anything an Orc can send at them. The only thing an Orc can really do against Wraith Guard is Foot of Gork, you know? And he clearly doesn't have that. He doesn't have stick bombs. Like, he needs something to open against these guys, because these guys are super heavy infantry. Shooters do nothing. And the Warboss is just going to come in, get suppressed, and take a whole bunch of range damage. Like, it's just... I don't know why more Eldar don't play like this. You know, grab Warp Throw to protect your stuff in case they get locked by Storm Boys. And
yeah, this is a very ranged, heavy Eldar army. Not only ranged, but like heavy range, like almost artillery-based. You know? Yeah,
as it should be. I mean, Orc or blob units, and a lot of shooty power. They're great against heroes, great against melee, but they absolutely suck against your ranged army. So.
This is just great insight from the Orc player explaining how to kick his own ass.
I'm sort of regretting doing this at the moment, but at the same time, I'm good enough to know the signs. I mean, if Lindo would have done some things properly, I think I would have lost this game.
So this game, he was pretty much playing against an average ladder, not an average ladder, but like, you know, the normal type of game you see out of Eldar was what he was planning on fighting, and you decided to hit him with your special.
I hit him with my special brew. Yeah. So I mean. Yeah, the Shuriken's gonna go down here. The knobs. I tried to reset up, and that was dumb.
Whoa! Sorry,
but yeah. So then, I mean, you can see this building right here. The D cannon going into that building is a good idea. So that's what I'm gonna do after. But you can just see the fields of fire. Like, this is a death zone. My Wraith Guard get his tank because he wasn't paying attention, and you just attack area with Wraith Guard. It's really easy.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see my Wraith Lord. He's content to just shoot his pea shooter, and that knob would have died if he would have swung at him probably.
Oh, that's too bad. I know. I was totally expecting just that nice little like elegant swoop with his sword, but unfortunately,
yeah, well, he did his
other
melee
priorities
special, so it's like,
yeah.
well, whatever. I was feeling bad for him at this point, anyways.
A little bit of a handicap there.
No offense, again, no offense. But here we go. So yeah, I've got my D cannon set up with great field fire, covered by another shuriken, which this Warboss can do nothing against because he has no anti-garrison. And yeah, and then it's just bodyguard your setups and move forward. There's really nothing that can be done. Wraith Guard against Shudas, always a battle you want to fight. I mean, look at them. They're level 3 already. They're killing stuff so easily. And just a little hint, you can see the Wraith Guard shooting still, even though they're capping, because when you cap, you don't lose your minimum range.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a nifty little trick. And
man, you are just full of like not only good orc knowledge, but also really good Eldar knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's how you win battles with Shudas, man. When sluggas are trying to kill your Shudas, you just let them start capping, and they'll shoot the sluggas the entire time and win. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's unreal.
Beautiful.
But I mean, that's part of like the game's identity is the little tricks. Oh, like D cannon just roasted some stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, that actually, I see lots of little green orc parts. Looks like a little green ham here. Actually, I'm looking at the bone sticking out of it.
Nice. So I'm gonna try the good old spirit trick here, but I completely missed, which sucks. But I was gonna try and throw them into a warp hole or whatever, but it actually catches the sluggas. So.
Oh, throw them in. Oh, warp throw them into a singularity. Gotcha. That's pretty good though, actually. Just jibbed up a whole bunch of them though. Not bad, not bad.
Well, I missed a little bit, it still worked out, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, you got some incidental dudes
in trouble,
instead.
run to suppression. No problem.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Wraithbone.
Yeah, and there we go, regenerating vehicle armor. That's, you know, that's a big problem that a lot of people have, and Eldar have 2 units that have regenerating vehicle armor. So.
All right, so let's break this down a little bit then. What did Lindonin need to do? I can see, by the way, the points are ticking away on the clock. He doesn't have much up there. What did he need to do differently, kind of to identify that this was your build, and then react accordingly to it?
Well, I think the only thing you could really do to identify this is my build is play against it and lose against it, because this is not typical Eldar, but it probably should be against the Warboss. From there, I think his biggest mistake was spending power on Shuda knobs, but that was his idea, was to have Shuda superiority, and I mean, he forced me off, because really, that extra Shuda, or like the knob on both of those Shuda squads, if I was going to charge in my Banshees against both of them, that extra firepower and meat, I think he'd be able to easily win those without spending too much on Ard boys or anything to make his Shudas that are under duress live longer, but besides that, I mean, he needed to get to my power, and I was able to stall him from doing that. I used Immolate to stall him. I used Destructor. I had my Shuriken playing really well. He needed to micro his Warboss a little better. Against Eldar, you have to flank all the time. It's really annoying. And he needed to take advantage of the fact that I didn't have Rangers out there. If he would have just marched the Shudas forward, taken the fire with the Shudas, and pinched in with the Sluggas and his Warboss on either side of the Shuriken, I'd have to pick and choose, and there's no way I can win that. Like popping use your choppers in tier 1 against Banshees is of utmost importance with Warboss. So that's probably some of the things he could have done better. And then once he saw what I had,
yeah, I was gonna say in terms of the late game, like once he the dynamic between the setup squads and the Wraith Lords and stuff, like what's kind of the game plan there for the Orc player?
I really think he should have built a war boy, or
weird boy. There we go.
Or,
a weird truck,
bomb.
a war boy.
I mean, stick bombs bleed so bad, but I didn't have Rangers. I did have some stuff, but I had stuff that doesn't bleed you at max range. So he really should have popped some stick bombers in the mix. He could have easily crushed my setups. Like, there's no way I can pay attention to all this crap at once, right? So he could have got some easy squad kills if stuff's hiding in a building, whatever. And then with tier 3, I mean, again, I have no Rangers. That's the only detection Eldar have. So why did he pop the knobs first? He should have gone with commandos and got some easy squad kills. You know, like if he didn't want to go with the stick bombers, get the commandos, burn a bomb, love the DACA, dead squad. You know?
Yep.
So that was basically classic Orc beating his head against the wall, building knobs. He went for the standard stuff, and I knew it was coming because standard stuff works with Orc. It's basically the only stuff that works, but in this case, he really needed to use his other available options.
Excellent analysis. I need to come up with a name for these type of interviews, because I want to have them go beyond the Meet the Players series and actually just have like regular co-casts. Like Choco and I were actually talking about doing this, where we just do some in-depth analysis of very particular types of games. So I'll come up with some sort of a clever name. I'm not sure what it is just yet, But anyhow, Mr.
Oh,
Texaneous.
the IDA,
Oh yeah,
man, in-depth analysis.
in-depth analysis. Yeah, we get some happy fun analysis time. There we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyhow, so Mr. Texaneous, thank you very much once again for coming to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. I am Harlequin. Please feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this. And otherwise, I will catch you guys next time.